What's up, y'all? You know what time it is. It's about to be that time.
What's up, YouTube? Welcome to the latest episode of the Layup Line. This will be my first season covering the league here on YouTube, and you can expect videos like this at least twice a week. If that sounds like something that interests you, consider subscribing as well as following me on most social media platforms, where you can get an inside look at upcoming videos as well as reactions to live games. I did a recent video going over some teams that started the season slow, and if you haven't seen that, go check it out. After you finish this video, I will have a card on the screen for it. But today I wanted to take a look into some teams that are starting really well so we can see how legit some of these hot starts actually are. The first team that's lighting things up are the Indiana Pacers. I've been extremely skeptical on the Pacers going into the season. Not only are they led by a first-time head coach in Nate Bjorkgren, the Pacers had a lot of questions about Oladipo's health coming off a serious injury. With a few games played last season and the bubble games that he played were pretty disappointing. They also started the year with Jeremy Lamb missing, who was a significant contributor off the bench for them last year. The Sabonis and Miles Turner fit has always been a question for years, and in a tougher Eastern Conference, my preseason prediction was that the Pacers would be a play-in team most likely. And that's why I'm starting with the Pacers, who are making me eat my words on this because they have a 5-2 start fueled by a top 10 offense and defense. Indy is ranked 6th on offense and 8th on defense. Sabonis was awarded Eastern Conference Player of the Week to start the season. Domas has been looking like the Eastern Conference version of Nikola Jokic with 20 points, 11 rebounds, and 7 assists. Miles Turner's also trying to run away with the early Defensive Player of the Year attention. He's leading the league in blocks with nearly 4 per game right now. The team has a great balance offensively, and defensively it seems like business as usual for Indy, because some of these staggering numbers, even if they fall off, they've given themselves some early separation from some other teams in the playoff hunt. The Pacers haven't faced the toughest opponents, to be fair. Boston was the only playoff team from last year that Indy's faced, and they split those games. Indiana also got out of a recent game with the Pelicans based off some poor execution and turnovers late from New Orleans, so they could easily have been 4-3 here, with 3 of those wins coming against the Bulls, the Knicks, and the Cavs, so I'd slow down before crowning the Pacers yet. The next team starting the season really well has been the Phoenix Suns. After an offseason with huge additions to the roster, Phoenix is currently the 10th ranked offense and the 4th ranked defense. The Suns are top 10 in field goal percentage, free throw percentage, and assists. Phoenix is also significantly higher than anyone else in shooting at the rim, and their 104 defensive rating is probably the biggest story of all here. Offensively, this team is really scary. Devin Booker is averaging the lowest points per game since his rookie year right now, and he's actually shooting slightly below league average right now from 3. Chris Paul is putting up 13 and 8, so the Suns' best players haven't even hit their peak so far, and that's partially because they haven't needed that, with 7 of their players averaging double digits. The defense is my biggest question for the Suns. I think this is where we could see some regression as they play more games, and looking through the league stats, there isn't anything that stood out to me about the Suns' defense. They are middle of the pack in terms of steals, blocks, and defensive rebounds. They're top 10 in lowest opponent's 3-point percentage and in opponent's 3-point attempts, as well as top 10 defensive rebound rate. But when I looked at opponent shooting percentages from different spots on the floor, they grade out as average in most spots except when defending from 10 to 16 feet. So unless I'm missing something, it is very possible for the Suns to have a decline defensively moving forward, which will hurt them in the wins department. I generally lean towards the belief that an offense will drive winning more during the regular season than defense will. So if Phoenix can limit their drop defensively and keep themselves between average and the top 10, on that side of the ball, there is some hope that this top 10 offense can improve. The last hot start team I'm looking at today is the Philadelphia 76ers. Now Philly has been rolling. They are 6-1, and the one loss they have was to an admittably beatable Knicks team where Joel Embiid did not play. They're 15th on offense and the league's best defense, but I'm a huge fan of Embiid and Simmons, and I've been a big believer in the Sixers over the past few seasons, and I have to admit, I got catfished by them last year, but this Philly team decided to opt out and trade some of the talented players in Horford and Richardson for a deeper, more cohesive fit of role players who space the floor around their best players, and that three-point spacing actually hasn't been that effective. They're only shooting about 0.04% better from three on a few more attempts per game, and they're slightly more efficient from the field. And Seth Curry is lighting it up. He's averaging 54% from three on 5 a game. And I think Danny Green's reputation as a shooter is giving Embiid enough space in the passing lanes to average the same number of assists on slightly better turnover percentage. The turnovers are an area of improvement for this team because they're currently 5th in turnovers per game, which is somewhat understandable because they have also top 10 in assists right now. But overall, I think Philly's a strong team. I have them in my top tier in the East. Joel Embiid is having the most efficient year of his career from the field, and both him and Simmons will be arguing for which one of them will be the Defensive Player of the Year candidate on this team. There's room for improvement on offense. They are a bit light on ball creation. I target a guy like George Hill, and I think they're in great shape for a potential finals run. But that's it for this video. Leave a like if you learned something new, or if you like what I do. Make sure you watch the video I did on teams that are having a slow start. And if you're not subscribed, hit that button and hit that bell. It helps me out a lot. Thank you out for watching, and enjoy the rest of your day.